I'm Annette Gabbedey. I'm an owner of Annette Gabbedey Goldsmiths. We're based on Catherine Hill in Frome. Been trading for 23 years and we've been in these premises for 11. And the Frome is a fantastic place to be, so we're really happy to be here. We specialise in opals and diamond jewellery. And I do mainly bespoke work, so mainly one-off pieces working directly with the customer. So I'm a designer goldsmith, which, but I have, naturally people can see visually that there is a little bit of a difference about me. I don't have fingers, which most people would expect a goldsmith to have. So that does usually create certain questions from people. So obviously making jewellery is very tactile and something you do with your hands. I do find that people usually have that usual question of how do you manage and how do you manage to create jewellery, let alone the day-to-day things as well. And my answer to that really is that I tend to really look at people with fingers and think, well, how can you manage with fingers? Because they must get in the way. So it's just your own perceptive of how you look at yourself, and for me, I was born like it. So I've never known any different, and I'm quite normal. I'm not disabled at all. But I do appreciate people are fascinated by me being able to create something and just get on, really. I've been blessed with having fantastic supportive family that have always encouraged me just to get out there and sort it and figure it out for myself, which is what I've done. And I think that's what a lot of people do when you've got a challenge. And lots of people have challenges of different types, and mine is, I suppose, my hands, but I don't really see them as a challenge. It's just what they are. Over the years, I've learnt to adapt tools. I don't use anything special. I don't have specially equipped tools, but I've adapted them myself. This is a strap that I use that actually was made for knife and fork, for my dinner strap as I call it, but I don't use it for that. And it's just handy for putting files into and different things so I can hold them, and it gives my other hand free to support the work. Bench vise. Not many jewellers have a milling vise on their bench. It's not the normal tool, but it is a normal tool for lots of engineers, so they're usually fascinated when they come in and see a milling vise sitting there. And I just had it adapted with slightly larger jaws so it'll hold more things the way I like things to be held. So you just find a different way of doing things, really, and tools around you, and my hands are very, I've got sensitivity all the way through, so I can feel everything I'm touching. It's not that, I think a lot of people think that, and I've got quite a lot of movement within my hands, it really is just fingers I'm missing. So I've got the joints and movement, which means that I've got the dexterity to be able to hold small items. So children are fascinated and they'll ask, and actually I don't mind them asking because it's kind of nice. They need to learn at a young age that this is quite normal. And that this world is made up of all sorts of different types of people. So I think I quite like it when children ask, and I don't like it when the parents stop them from asking and they're all embarrassed, because I think no, they won't learn unless they ask the questions. But adults, sometimes I think they should think a little more before they speak. But generally, people tend to know me anyway, and I think people see my work first, and then they see me, and then they put two and two together quite quick and think, well, she can make this, so it's not really a question. So I don't get that many people asking me, not nowadays.